Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
It is Wednesday. I don't know that anyone could dispute that.
Nope,
if
just
anyone
found that
here
out.
wants to step in and say otherwise, then I'll at least hear your case, but it is Wednesday.
Agreed.
Being told. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Dallas Braden's here. Dallas Braden, welcome back to the program. Good to see you.
Well,
Good to see you. Good to be seen.
good to be back. Good to be in a room with functional internet. Love that.
Same, brother. Same. You know, it's been a hell of a week. It's been a hell of a week in terms of the internet. Now, I mean, it's, you know, you could say it's the best internet that you've ever seen. Best internet in the continental United States. Some are saying.
Looking good. Looking clear.
Looking good, sounding good, feeling good. Yep, the whole shebang. There's a bunch of different stories to get into today, and I would say maybe a month from now we'll forget all about this and it won't be a thing anymore. But as far as like fascinating storylines to kind of dive into and break down and psychoanalyze, this one has to be, I don't know, top 5 of the season. The Framber Valdez incident here, like in terms of like just singular events that happened. I saw it and I was like, oh fuck. You know how like some people they'll see something that happens on a baseball field and be like, this was happening here, and it's like, that's a little bit of a reach. Especially when you have people like Dallas Braden breaking it down. Like, he's a big tinfoil hat guy, but he put out a video and I was like, he's 100% right. Like, there's no tinfoil hat here. Like that's what happened. That is it. That is exactly what happened. So there's a bunch of different layers that we can peel back on this thing. I think where we start is to kind of just like set the scene, Dallas, what you saw. I'm also going to ask you, have you ever seen anything like this before? I have seen a pitcher and catcher coordinate to make it look like a cross up so that they can smoke the umpire for blowing a call. I've seen
also
that.
horseshit.
Yeah, also horseshit. I can't recall ever seeing a pitcher coordinate a cross up to smoke his own catcher. I don't think I've ever seen that.
No. I was completely baffled, and I needed context because it seemed so wild that this would be the instant reaction for giving up a grand slam or being frustrated with your catcher. And I needed to know there's got to be more to this. There has to be more to this. And you didn't have to look very far. You just rewind to the batter prior. And that's where Trent Grisham was at the plate, bases loaded. And you could see Cesar Salazar, he of all 56 at-bats in the big leagues, who is catching, waves off Framber Valdez. He waves him off because when he presses the button, which we'll get to later, when Salazar presses the pitch count button, you watch the video, you can see Framber shake. Nope, don't like that one. All right. So we don't have time here to go through it again. Otherwise, you're going to get banged with a pitch clock. Step off. And Framber says, fuck you. I got 96. Let's see how this plays. And so he throws a 96 mile an hour sinker right on to the barrel of Trent Grisham, who little backside boogie. See you later. And Framber's pissed. You can see he's pissed. Understandably so. He's pissed. What happens next is where the fuckery begins, because the first pitch of the at-bat was a 90 mile an hour, could be just a BP fastball. I called it a changeup because it was 90 and we just watched 96 get turned around. So you know that's not the heater. So what's going on? Well, Framber gets the ball back again, steps up on the mound. He knows what he's going to throw, and he throws it. And it's a fastball that crosses up Salazar. And immediately, Framber lets the pitch go, sees Salazar wear one right in the gut, and just turns around. Turns around like it was a foul ball off the fucking hitter's leg, and he's giving the guy time to like gather himself, which means he didn't give a shit about Salazar. Why? Because he knew what he just did. And I say this about guys who end up with a long swing at the dish, catching they end up clipping the catcher a la Manny Machado and never look back, never even care, never say anything, never acknowledge it. You don't do that if it's an accident. And so watching Framber just completely turn around and big league his guy, that was the tip-off for me. And then all you needed to see was Salazar come out and throw the ball back, and you could see the quizzical look on his face, like really, bro? Like, did you really just do this to me right now? And he's thinking that because, one, we're in the middle of a big league ball game. Two, don't we have some kind of rapport here? Like, I know I've only got about 10 minutes in the big leagues here with you, but I've been here a few times, and you know me, we know each other. Like, we're good. Like, at the end of this, all I was trying to do was get you to step off. I didn't want you to get banged with the pitch clock. Like, let's live to fight another pitch here, right? Let's get rid of the left-hander. This is what you do. And instead, you deliver the pitch, give up the grand slam, and then you smoke me? What? Where did I go wrong here? And the implications behind this, should this have caught Salazar in the right place / the wrong place? Bottom of the rib cage, take a little bone chip or something, you crack a rib, bruised rib, now you're out, right? Like, they've got movement coming on their roster. Caratini's going to be coming off soon, I think. So this is just a matter of Salazar kind of buying his time. Like, what he's going to be down in AAA again. But do you want to send him down to AAA with bruised ribs? I mean, maybe Salazar's like, hey, I am kind of hurt. Thanks for the vacation here in the big leagues. I'll take the paycheck. But imagine if something went seriously wrong and you seriously hurt somebody, your own teammate. How do you feel about that? Where are you at on that? So taking this into his own hands to the extent that he did to express his frustration through a teammate, like I just, there are all sorts of no fucking chance that were going through my head at the time. And if you're a leader on this Astros team, where you're at in your season right now and what Framber represents for you to get to where you want to be, it's almost like, unfortunately, he's with us. We know he's good. And when he's good, he's really good. When he's bad, this is what happens. When things don't work out for him, and I could, and I can't tell you boys, I had several individuals very close to the franchise reach out and go, it's been like this for a while. We need this dude to get an attitude adjustment. We're not going to be able to win with this guy if he's pulling this shit, because their minds are set on October, and their minds, when they become set on October, start to be overtaken by selflessness, right? What do I have to do to help the team win? I don't care. You want to know what you don't do? You don't take out a fucking teammate. That's what you don't do if you think you're going to October. And you don't have arguably your best arm on the team. I mean, Hunter Brown, side note. But you don't have a guy leading the charge the way Framber does in this position, pulling this kind of stuff. It just simply cannot happen. I have never seen this as a competitor. I could never even dream up hurting or crossing up my catcher intentionally because I just got my shit pumped out of the yard. I can't even wrap my head around that.
Not only that, but you mentioned how many at-bats that Salazar has in the big leagues. So what made me feel even worse about the situation was after the game, because like this, like if you did that to say hypothetically that was Yadier Molina that he did that to, like Yadi's probably saying like, yeah, fuck that guy. You know what I mean?
Yadi's whooping his ass on the mound.
Right. But like because it's someone that has zero big league service time, he's got to go out there after this happens to him and defend him. Be like, no, like here's what he said.
Did you guys get crossed up earlier in the game at all? Or was that the times that we're talking about? Those are the first instances you guys got crossed up?
No, they didn't get crossed up. Like I said, there was a good amount of Yankees fans, so it was pretty loud for the grand slam. Maybe my pitch gun wasn't in the right spot, so I pressed the wrong button, so.
He blamed Yankee fans being too loud in Houston for why he didn't hear the correct pitch, and that's why he got crossed.
Well, see, but look, I mean, there's so many different. So what was it though, Jared? Was it that he heard the wrong pitch? Was it that he pressed the wrong button? Because he said both of those things, right?
Yeah.
And when you read it, and this is why I always when you get into arguments with people, I always just say, you know what I want you to do? I want you to say it to yourself, and then I want you to say it out loud slowly. And if you can get through those two things and you still believe what you believe, well, I guess we'll further the conversation, but maybe that'll give you an opportunity to realize you're wrong. And so what Salazar said was, what the article said, Salazar also was asked about what happened on the pitch where he was hit. And his response in writing, you just heard it, but he said, the stadium was loud. I thought I pressed the button, but I pressed the wrong button. I was expecting another pitch, but it wasn't it. That's from Salazar. Now let's hear what Framber had to say. Because when asked if it was intentional, Valdez said it was not.
Well, I've got that too.
Oh, well, let's hear that because it's through an interpreter. So we can hear that through the interpreter, and then I'll read the statement as well. Go ahead.
Yeah. On the Grand Slam, Salazar was motioned to you before that pitch. What did he want you to do there?
¿Qué pasó en el Grand Slam? Cuando te dieron el Grand Slam, te hizo una seña antes del picheo. ¿Qué pasó? Me llegó el honrón, simplemente, o sea, me frustré un poquito. Fue un picheo que yo quería, un picheo que yo se lo pedí a él. Yo siento que lo tiré localizado, el tipo logró alcanzarlo, me dio honrón. Y luego del próximo picheo, mi mentalidad se marcó en single, ¿sabes? Y no mantuve yo mi emoción y tiré el picheo y lo crucé sin querer. Luego le pedí excusa cuando bajamos abajo, pero yo sé que se malinterpretó. O sea, pero no más de ahí. Lo crucé sin querer, admito mi responsabilidad y eso fue lo que pasó.
Yeah, it was just a pitch that I wanted to throw. I called for that pitch, so I wanted to throw that pitch. Unfortunately, he was able to get it and hit it for a grand slam, and I was able to locate it. And afterwards, what happened with us? We just got crossed up. I called for that pitch. I threw it, and we got crossed up. When we went down to the dugout, I excused myself with him, and I said sorry to him, and I take full responsibility for that.
Was it intentional, Framber?
Fue intencional. No, me crucé. Cuando uno se cruce, cuando uno no escucha el picheo por la cantidad de bulla, simplemente creí que fue single y tiré mi próximo single y le dio sin querer.
No, it was not. It was not intentional. I called for a sinker, and that's the pitch I wanted. There was a lot of noise, and I thought that was what he wanted me to throw. But no, it was not intentional.
You said that you called for it. How did you communicate that to him? Because you don't have the pitch comm.
Cuando tú dices que tú querías tirar sinker, ¿cómo tú te comunicaste eso con él? Porque tú no tienes el pitch comm. O sea, no tengo el pitch comm, pero cuando uno se bloquea en esa situación, uno lo que piensa en un picheo. Ese picheo se le graba a uno, mayormente cuando uno está en tensión. Él me pidió, creo que fue curva, me dijo, yo no escuché en realidad. Eso es cuando tú te cruzas, que tú no escuchas el picheo, y simplemente tiré la recta otra vez y le dio sin querer, que fue donde me crucé cuando se acabó el juego.
It wasn't necessary that I called for it. That was just the pitch that I had in mind. He called for a curveball, but I was already in mind that I was going to throw a sinker, and that's what I threw, so that's what happened.
¿Platicaste después del partido con Salazar para aclarar la situación?
Sí, claro que sí, mi compañero. O sea, imagínate, no voy a querer hacer un daño. Mi compañero que está conmigo.
He said, I called for the pitch. And then they were like, how did you call for the pitch if you don't have a pitch comm? And he's like, I just, fuck off.
Yeah. It's just.
Yeah, I spoke to him after the game. He's my teammate. He's always here with me. I don't want to ever cause any harm to my teammate. So it was something that I excused myself with. ¿Qué fue lo último que dijiste al final?
O sea, me crucé sin querer, le di sin querer.
And I crossed up by mistake, and I hit him by mistake.
If you had called for a curveball and you wanted to throw a sinker, I guess why didn't you just step off and maybe call him out for a mound visit or something to talk about it?
Si él te pidió culpa y tú querías tirar una sinker, porque no simplemente te saliste de la...
O sea, no escuché el picheo, dije que me bloqueé con la sinker y simplemente hice mi guay no. Él me hizo señas, pero ya no había chance, yo levanté mi pie y tiré y, como dije, me crucé. La culpa fue mía, no fue de él.
No, he called for a curveball. I didn't hear it because of the noise. And when I realized that he didn't want that, it was too late. So I was already in my throwing motion. But yeah, it was totally my fault in that case.
So you guys were able to talk things out and everything's okay between you now?
So, ¿pudieron hablar las cosas y también las cosas entre ustedes dos?
Sí, estamos bien, gracias a Dios, está bien la cosa. Hablamos, después del partido también hablamos en su locker y le aclaré, él me aclaró lo que sentía y simplemente no pasó de ahí. Son cosas que pasan en el juego que uno lo aclara entre nosotros mismos.
Yeah, I think we were able to talk through it. We spoke after the game, and we spoke in his locker, and everything's good between us. It's just stuff that happens in baseball. But yeah, we talked through it, and we're good.
Did you talk to Joe or any of the coaches?
Hablaste con Joe o con alguno de los coaches.
Bueno, sí, es mi manager. Le expliqué, le dije, oye, me crucé, mala mía. No quiero que entienda.
Can't we leave the big guy out of this for 5 seconds?
Pero el de ahí no tengo que darle golazo a nadie ni nada. Me crucé por la tensión y no escuché el picheo que iba y simplemente actué según mi instinto y pasó lo que no queríamos que pasara, que le dio a Salazar. Gracias a Dios no hubo lesión ni problema.
Yeah, he's my manager. Of course, I'm going to talk to him. There was stuff in the game that it's baseball, just stuff happens. I would never want to hurt somebody on purpose, but it's just stuff that happens. We're able to talk through it, and we're good.
The pitch that was in for the grand slam, had he called a different pitch for that pitch also, because he wanted to throw a sinker? Had he called a different pitch? The pitch that was hit for the grand slam, Salazar called for a different pitch there as well.
Did he call for a different pitch? En el picheo del Grand Slam, Salazar llamó otro picheo que no era ese.
En realidad él me pidió curva. Y yo dije, no, yo quiero tirar mi sinker. Y me molestó un poco fue que yo pedí mi picheo, o sea, me sacó el picheo que me gusta tirar, mi sinker. Él lo sacó, Salazar no tuvo nada que ver, Salazar llevaba un book.
All right, we got the gist of it. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously full of shit and gets caught up in lies while answering these questions. Deflects to God, as we've definitely seen that play before.
So really what we need to do is we need to rewind and we need to redirect our anger and energy towards Cesar Salazar, the catcher. He had 56 at bats in the big leagues, because why can't he get his fucking ESP hat working?
Right.
Why can't he read the mind of Framber Valdez? Because that's what this boils down to, right? Is Framber's going to tell, I just stop. Just stop. It's tired. Like, how does one guy walk out and say, hand up, my bad, hit the wrong button, pitch calm this, sorry about it. And then the other guy goes, yeah, hey, hand up, my bad, I called for the pitch, wrong pitch. Well, how'd you call for the pitch? I know video doesn't show me hitting the pitch calm, and it's because I don't. But Lord willing, we were able to talk through it, and that's where we're going to leave this here. Oh, so you can't really answer on whether or not you go. Like I said, God willing, we were able to talk about it, and Lord willing, we talked about it, and God willing, we'll move on. So Lord willing, we put it behind us. God willing, go Astros.
Go Astros, Jesus.
All right. Sounds fuck. We got it. I had things mixed up, but now I don't. Now it's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What? Okay. All right.
Yeah. I like, all right. So I guess my brain goes here. It's pretty evident what happened. It's pretty clear what happened here. If you're the manager of the Astros, Dallas, Jayhay, do you throw your guy under the bus? Do you suspend him? Like, you can't, right? Like, you're trying to make the playoffs. You suspending one of your best starters? You making him miss a start?
This is where,
like, it's a team thing. It's not a
right.
It's not
this
a league
not
suspension.
Right. And that's why you just got the answers that you just got from both of these guys, is for that very reason right there, is that brings all of that to an abrupt end. Well, they need to be investigate. Slow down. The catcher just told you it was an accident. The pitcher just came out and told you it was an accident. Clearly they're not on the same page, but Lord willing, we got our answer. So let's just accept that and move on, because it's not the league's responsibility to handle in-house issues like that. So just do what you do, Astros. If you want to fucking suspend the guy, knock yourself out. If you want him to be the individual that's kissing babies and shaking hands when parents drop their children off at the ballpark then have him be that guy. Like, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. And the reason I say that is because that's exactly what's going to happen. Framber is not going to miss a single start. The Astros are in pursuit of the postseason, and to remove a guy like him from the equation for any matter of time, they understand would be detrimental to what they're trying to achieve.
Dallas, if they were 8 games up in the division, do they suspend Framber Valdez?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Interesting.
Because that's a raising of the hand going, we have a problem here. like that, because what you're now doing is you're going, did the most egregious and horseshit thing that we've seen in a while just happen between two teammates and really blaming the veteran for it? Did that just happen? Yeah. What are we going to do about it? I guess we're going to suspend him. We're going to take actions into our own
what's
hands.
Worse? What's worse, suspending him and acknowledging that there's a problem, or doing nothing and essentially signing off on like, yeah, if you have enough tenure and status in this league, you can do shit like that. We don't care.
What, Jared? You need the Astros to tell you that that's how business is ran in this game? Is that what you needed? Because you guys got a pretty good closer out there in Boston right now, having himself a fantastic year.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I mean, the quality of the human, well, I'm just saying the quality of the human being gets cast aside when the quality of production is what it is. We know that. So by the people who benefit the most, we can start with the league, and then you can go trickle down to the team that individual's on. And
well, he was also in this exercise. Chapman was punished, and we're asking the question: should Framber be punished? And the answer is no.
Well, the idea of why Chapman was punished is very different than why why this guy will not be punished. Because
no doubt, but it's not we're comparing. I don't want to say crime, so like we're not comparing.
Well, it's apples and oranges to an extent. Yes.
But it's a action consequence conversation.
Yeah.
Like what are the consequences? Is there a way to, I guess, discipline Framber without making him miss a start? Like, can they fine him sure, like behind closed doors?
Sure, you could probably have that kind of conversation, and then it would be up to Framber to, you know, do I want to file a grievance? Do I not agree with this? But again, those are things that happen in-house. So if a team wants to take a certain stance against a player, now that player has two options. One, wear it and go through that process with the team, understanding that this is the decision you've made, or B, let the team levy their decision, and then you go to your agent and say, you need to go to the union and tell them to fuck all the way off, because I just went out in front of God and everybody and told them that was an accident. Can you prove that it was on purpose? Because if you can, go for it. But if you can't prove it was on purpose, why are you here? What are you doing to me? And it's that simple. It is genuinely that simple. It starts and stops right there. If the Astros really wanted to do something about it, they could probably try to have that conversation and go down that road. And depending on how Framber viewed it, he could respond in kind, one or two ways, as I just laid out. Either wear the punishment or work through that conversation with the team, or option B is to go to the union and go, I don't know what the team's pursuing. Didn't you hear the interviews that we did right after the fact? Everybody said we were good. There was no intent behind it. What are you after? And that's where the union would go, oh, well, shit. I don't know. I don't know, because it's not a league thing. This is between you and your team. This is between the player and the organization. Our hands are tied.
Jayhay, what are your thoughts on the situation?
I'll be rapid fire because I think you guys have nailed it. I saw it. I saw DB's breakdown. I was like, yeah, that seems like the right response to this. I'll wait to see if any other information comes out overnight or later tonight. All the stuff that you guys just laid out came out. It was a completely incoherent explanation. It was the most obvious. We've been pulled into the manager's office and told this ends now, and here is the bullshit explanation that we're going to go with to move forward. And they both tried their best, I guess, to make their way through the press corps, but credit to them for asking actual follow-up questions and not taking the absolute first answer that Framber or Salazar provided, because I do think it goes away a little faster if they don't probe here and lay bare the fact that they're full of shit on this topic. The physical reaction on the mound was the number one for me giveaway as to why this was not the way that they explained it away. Dallas talked about that, but that's just not how you react, in my opinion, to a legitimate accident or cross-up where somebody could get hurt. And lastly, reading the quotes, I just do not believe what they're saying. And my secondary thought after what happened on the field was I think it's noteworthy that it was a Freed Valdez matchup, because Framber Valdez is scheduled to make an enormous amount of money this offseason as a premier free agent and arguably the premier left-handed pitching free agent available. His resume stacks up very, very nicely to Max Fried, who just got over $200 million, who is admittedly a year younger, but Valdez's resume is just as good. And my thought was immediately, what does this cost him? Not in like a, I'm rooting for it to cost him something,
but does it?
But does it? Because I think this is one of those things where it's like, do we have legitimate character questions about this guy? Because as I clearly said, I'm on the fence that this is all bullshit. And yeah, so obviously he's great. And Dallas's point, the one you guys went back and forth on about you get paid for production in this league and not, the exact quality of your insides. But I do wonder if there will be a team or two who back out because of questions about this kind of stuff, or if teams are marginally less enthusiastic to hit the number that they otherwise would have hit if this sort of cloud wasn't hanging over the final month or two of the season.
Jayhay, you make a great point, and I think there does need to be a lot of credit given to the folks in the scrum there, the writers, who did not just take the first answer at face value and keep it moving. They asked pertinent follow-up questions, like you said, Jayhay. So I think that was a great point. That's something that should be remembered through all of this. Is the reason that we got the information that we did is because writers with boots on the ground did not just take one simple, very muddied answer from each guy and just move along. They shine the light on this. And I'll say this much is writers know what they're doing. And if there should be an opportunity to really get into the weeds with an individual who may or may not have created turbulence in the past, whether it be with the media specifically, or just sort of have this energy around the room daily where, they kind of behave where the media is a hurdle they have to clear every day. And it's just something that they don't want to do. They're not very engaging with. And if that's the case, well, I can promise you this, the folks with the power of the pin are going to have their day. And the follow-up questions, they were following up for a reason. I'll say that. Following up for a
reason. Interesting. I wish I could be more mad about my pick'em getting fucked yesterday, because I had Willie Adames in it, who got ejected in the first inning before getting his first at bat. But the rest of the pick'em didn't do well. It's fine. It's fine. We will recover.
Aaron Judge not wear cleats? Is that what happened? Fuck! I had Judge wearing 2 cleats today. He didn't wear the look.
I did summon Nick Kurtz for my pick'em yesterday.
Get off,
but he said, he's like, man, I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm not doing it. So we were gonna do a 4-banger. Ended up with the classic 3-piece. Willie Adames got ejected in the first inning. I'm just gonna blame it on that. That's kind of like the juju that threw off the rest of the pick'em. I think the rest of the guys saw that happen and they were like, fuck it, I don't need to try.
Like, Willie's out, we're all out. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens. Everyone else shut it down after that. But Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing the pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats like strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Yeah, it was a tough beat yesterday. What are you going to do?
Just get back on the horse, man. That's all you're going to do.
I am. I woke up this morning and sent in picks without Jayhay even having to ask. I was like, fuck it. We're getting back out there.
Early pick 'em.
Yeah.
Not a bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in this one.
Good. Good. Can I peel the layers back here? Just
No.
I want to peel the.
I don't want it. No.
No, not on you.
Okay. All right.
I've been experiencing a bit of frustration lately with my pick'ems. I'll be honest. There's been it's been a lot
because they're not
more,
winning, or
well, yeah. I mean, that's it. You can
That's
start
part of it.
there. You can
Okay.
start there. That's
Good
it.
opener.
But I don't let that bother me. You know what I mean? I don't let that affect
Sure.
me too much.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's more about how I'm processing the individual failures of the players that I am relying on so heavily, and it's compartmentalizing the emotion and how much I care about them as
who are you
human
most
beings.
disappointed in? Like, who have you summoned for your pick'ems where it's like, come on, man, like, what are we doing here?
I feel like, honestly, I get to a point where I'm like, you know what? I go through the slate early and I'm like, all right, boom, 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 boom. I get this. And then I say to myself, now I need to just do the opposite of that because I care about these guys as human beings. And it seems like every fucking time I dial them up, I just get absolutely hosed. Not that I get hosed.
Yeah.
It's the one time that it doesn't work out for them the way it has like the last 5 starts. And I'm like, oh, let's ride. Oh, fuck. Nope. Guess he's not getting through 6 innings for the fucking 7th straight time. That was my fault.
So I will say this. I'm a very emotional guy when it comes to my pick'ems because what I will like, it might be the best pick that day, but I refuse to pick a hitter who's going up against a pitcher that I know follows me on Instagram.
See?
So I don't want them to be like, oh, really?
Oh.
You think they're going to fucking tee off on me today? Like,
bro,
I won't do it.
I've already got it. And that's why, like I told you, that's why I'm like, oh, man. Like,
Yeah.
you show up to the yard and you're like, hey, saw your story.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Oh, my daughter's birthday? Is that what you saw? My daughter's birthday. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no.
I didn't have you for a Little Mermaid guy, but hey, yeah, cool,
Yeah.
thanks. He's like, no, not that one.
Not that he's ever said anything, but it's just interesting the way that the story has gone today. I won't, like, if there is a dude that crushes lefties and he's going up against Kyle Freeland, I won't take him. I'm just like, I got the guy's fucking number tattooed on my leg. Like, we are bonded for life. I can't just be like, yeah. So anyways, Rafael Devers, I got the higher on 6.5 total bases today going up against Kyle Freeland. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Won't do it.
But you know what? That's where we are, a place of integrity. Understand that there are some emotion, there's some love tied to these picks, folks, and you might not get that anywhere else. And whether or not that pays, that's another story. All right, don't worry about that. Just know that we care. Know that there's real, genuine emotion tied to this.
I was at a barbecue a few weeks ago, and I had someone ask, like Underdog's got like a data department, right, where they like just feed you picks and then slap your name and picture on it, right? Like, no, I wake up in the morning, I take Ace out, I give him breakfast, I make my protein shake, and I sit down at the kitchen table and I'm looking at the data and I'm making my picks, because that you will look at my pick'ems and you will see that I don't pick against my pals. I just won't do it. It's like if I won't pick against Shane Bieber, won't pick against Kyle Freeland, won't pick against obviously anyone on the Red Sox.
I was just going to say, Freeland and Luzardo could be facing off against each other, and the higher lower could be 12.5 strikeouts. And I'm like, we should probably go higher here. You guys are going to be in for a treat. You guys are going to be in for a treat, right? It's like, I don't even want like, of course you could do that. Of course you could.
Yeah.
That's where my heart's at.
They are, to Dallas's point, the pick'ems are sewn up with love. It's a little sprinkle that we put on them every single time.
A little salt there.
But speaking of Kyle Freeland and Rafael Devers,
Kyle not too happy.
No, Devers not happy either. So it's been a long year. It's been a long year for the Rockies. It's been a long year for Kyle Freeland. Like, that's got to be a double whammy, a triple whammy, right? Like, he's from that area.
Yeah.
So, like, you're playing for your hometown team. Your hometown team is an abomination, and you're also having a really bad season. You're just, we finally get to September. You see the light at the end of the tunnel to just get out of this nightmare year. And now I've got Rafael Devers pimping home runs off of me. And it's not like I think probably what he was thinking was, I'm already tired of this shit. I just want to go home. I just want to get the season over with. And you guys are not going anywhere. Like the Giants are not, they're not fucking going anywhere. And now I got Raffy pimping this bomb off of me. It's like, dude, just run to first base. Like, what are we doing? Like, we just want this to be over with. You should want this to be over with. Just fucking run it out. Like, why do you got to show me up on top of it?
And what I was thinking when Raffy posed him up was that imagery and that pimp job is reserved for the homer happening late in the game, and it's reserved for the reaction that he gets or got at a place like Fenway, where people stand up, erupt, lose their shit, punch the preacher's wife next to him because they're so fucking ah! Oh my God, kid! Devers does it again! Like that. And that's what that, like, you expect to hear the sound of the crowd behind, like that image of him just like holding the bat and like watching, like, oh fuck, how far is that gonna go? And Freeland's like, bro, it's like the 7th pitch I've thrown. Like, what are you?
I didn't see this quote. So
after the game,
I saw what Freeland said. I didn't see what Logan Webb said.
Oh yeah, Webby not happy about it either because
I've got it right here. I hate, so this reminds me of when
this is why it hurt me too.
Yeah, like when Josh Donaldson and Lucas Giolito got into it in the parking lot. I'm like, guys, come on. Like, you would be friends if you knew each other. And now this is what Logan Webb said about Kyle Freeland.
Mm-hmm. Kind of just the general feeling of watching all of that go on.
I mean, surprised it hasn't happened before with that guy. So just kind of runs his mouth a lot of times, and Raffy got him good. So whatever.
Oh man,
I know.
This is what Kyle Freeland said.
Yeah, I mean, I just found it extremely disrespectful to show me up like that in the first inning after hitting a home run, standing there watching it, taking your sweet time getting down to first base. I've been in this league for quite some time, and I know he is as well. I just find that extremely disrespectful, and felt that I needed to let him know about that.
I mean, that's not unfair. Like, I think, at the end of the day, there aren't many guys left that are going to actually take offense to guys like posting up for home runs. Like, I think we're kind of past that as a league. So I would venture to guess that if Kyle Freeland had a 3.21 ERA and a 10.21 strikeouts per 9, and he was on the Mariners, a team that's probably going to go to the playoffs or trying to go to the playoffs, that he would not have been as salty about the Raffy home run. Like, that was less about the home run and Raffy, posterizing it, and more about, I'm frustrated with this season. I'm frustrated with my own season. And like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, that was the root of it more than, I feel disrespected. Like, I don't know. That was my read on it.
No, that's exactly the take that I had. Was he's just angry about the situation. It's September. Like, the dog days are over, which means you are counting down the days to your season ends. Like it or not, a lot of the conversation that's persisting right now throughout that clubhouse or permeating throughout that
How many
clubhouse,
homestands do we have left? Yeah.
No.
How many series? How many games?
No. Where are you going on vacation? What are you doing this offseason? So what do you got? What are you guys going to be doing? Like that's starting. If it hadn't already started. Because we are 20, how many games do we have left? 21 games left?
20, yeah, something like that. But here's the extra layer, Dallas, and you're aware of this. I'm just reminding the audience. Kyle Freeland has, it's crazy to say, he has like Rocky's pride. like this was a man.
He's a fucking hometown kid. This dude, absolutely.
This was a man that stood up at the podium, tears in his eyes, and just like, please hang with us. Just thank you for supporting us. Like, please hang with us as we try to get through this difficult time as a franchise. Like, he cares a lot about the Rockies. Like, he cares. Like, if you were to power rank in the world people that care about the Rockies, Kyle Freeland is probably a top 5 guy. Like, there's probably like, some dude, Frank, that lives out in the mountains and he's been a Rockies fan since day one and he wears his Rockies pajamas to bed every night. Like, we'll give him the number 1 spot. But as far as like in your heart caring about the Colorado Rockies, Kyle Freeland is a top 3 guy in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And that's why the levels of emotion are things you have to consider with his reaction, because everything that you laid out about the timing of the season, the lack of success overall, not only team, but individually, that is factoring in. And then when you have somebody, and when I say somebody like Devers, I don't mean Rafi specifically, but when you have somebody who's on a team that, for all intent and purposes, probably isn't heading anywhere further than you are once this season ends, that's where you're like you said, like, buddy, you hit it 500 feet, fantastic. Get trotting and let's keep it moving here, because you posing me up here in a meaningless ball game 3 minutes into it, like what are we doing?
Right. And just like, speaking more to how much Kyle Freeland cares about the Rockies, how many pitchers agree to long-term contracts with the Rockies?
In Colorado.
It's almost like they exclusively have to create a rotation out of homegrown guys or via trade because no one willingly wants to pitch there.
Right.
How many guys? Like Mike Hampton and Kyle Freeland. How many guys have been like, I am agreeing to be here long-term for my career? It just doesn't happen because you either have to, I mean, at the time, the Hampton deal, was that the largest contract ever for a pitcher in history, Jayhay?
Mike Hampton was 100.
Yes, I believe it broke the Kevin Brown contract, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so it took the largest contract in history for a pitcher to be like, sure, I'll stay here long term.
Yes, confirmed.
And then for Kyle Freeland, it was like, I love Denver. I love this team. I love this organization. And all of that balls up into why you get the emotional response you got from Kyle on the field last night. Like it's not just I got embarrassed because he hit a long home run off of me and he stared at it. It's so much more than that. So just wanted to say what he did not say last night after the game. That's all.
We love you, Kyle.
We do love Kyle.
Love you too, Webby.
Yeah, we love Webby too. I saw him at the All-Star game. Yeah, I hate when friends fight. Puts me in an awkward spot.
Yeah.
Even like, I mean, Rafi don't give a fuck. Like,
no.
Like if I said anything not taking Rafi's side, like he probably doesn't even see it. He doesn't even give a fuck. Sometimes he looks at my Instagram stories, but since the trade, I don't think he's logged into social media.
Yeah, he's probably stayed away, and I think that's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Anyways, you know what? I think we got to talk about a specific team.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
Let's talk about the Mets for a second here. Something fascinating is going on with the Mets. So entering play today, little standings update, a little look into what's going on here. The New York Mets have a 96.3% chance to make the postseason. I'd say that's pretty safe, pretty cushy. In the second half of the season, since the All-Star break, the New York Mets as a team lead the National League in OPS, 816 as a team. Then you look at what they've done with runners in scoring position this year. In the second half. as a team, with runners in scoring position in the second half, they are hitting 325 with a 405 on base and a 561 slug. That's a 966 OPS as a team with runners in scoring position. That's crazy. What's their record in the second half, you ask? It's 20-22. 20-22 in the second half.
That doesn't line up.
No, it does not align. So then you're like, all right, well, what the fuck? What happened? Well, Nolan McLean has been a godsend in 4 starts for the Mets. This guy just falls out of the sky, makes 4 starts. He's 4-0 with a 1.37 ERA. It's 26 1/3 innings. He's averaging 6 2/3 innings per start. An 0.76 whip. The FIP is 244. The strikeouts per 9 is 957. He's not walking guys. What's the walk rate? 7.4%. Then you look at the rest of the Met staff and you're like, oh, that's why we're fucking 20-22. Holmes, Peterson, Minaya, Senga in the second half combined, they've made 33 starts, a 5.42 ERA. The Met starters that aren't McLean, they're averaging 4 2/3 innings per start. The whip is 146. That's a lot of traffic. The walks, 9.3%. The opponent batting average, 264 with a 770 OPS.
Mm-hmm. A homer a game.
They've gotten out of the 33 starts, Dallas, they've gotten 5 quality starts in the second half. 5 from that group of 4.
Not one of those guys. Well, actually, only one of those guys out of the 4 you named, only one of them has an ERA under 5.
Yeah, that's Holmes, and it's 4.38. Yeah, Peterson 502, Minaya 583, Senga 656.
Yeah, I mean,
how do you? If you have the benefit of being able to set up your playoff rotation for the Mets, what the fuck do you do? Just pick names out of a hat?
At this point, yeah. I mean, it is legitimately just about who's thrown the ball best most recently. And maybe that's how we're going to line it up 1, 2, 3, and we'll go from there. I mean, that is, I mean, we know the answer is that they're going to be taking a look at matchups. We know that that's how the rotation is going to shape itself up, or how it's going to, work itself out. That's where the data comes into play, because unless you have somebody who is just telling you, because as of right now, isn't it Nolan McLean and then whoever else you want?
That's literally it. That's yeah.
If you're going based on the hottest hand, we're writing the hottest hand and blah, 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 then that would probably be your option. But I want to believe that as you get just a little bit closer, that maybe these guys start to turn the corner here at the right time, and you have the confidence that you maybe had earlier in the season in running them out there and saying to yourself, I like our ability to match up afterwards. So if it's 5 from these guys and we're still in the fight, we'll take that. But as far as how you would start your rotation right now, it is just a throw a dart at the board.
So you're telling me that the team with the highest payroll in baseball, as far as active roster is concerned, the team with the highest payroll on their active roster today, if the playoffs started today, your game 1 starter is a 24-year-old rookie who was a 3rd round pick in 2023, who started the year at Double-A, who has 4 big league starts to his name. That's your G1.
That was based on your hypothetical of, well, how do you plan this rotation out?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if the playoffs started today, is Nolan McClain your G1?
I probably not, but
who is? You can't, like, Senga shouldn't even get a fucking start.
I'm probably going Peterson.
Okay.
And if you're asking me why, I don't know why. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to tell you?
This feels like a spot for Clem.
What do you want me to tell you?
This feels like a spot for Clem. Let me call Clem right now.
And that's why I said you're looking for the opponent, you're looking for the matchup, and what does that present?
I can't wait for Clem to accuse us of calling Kevin first.
Talk to me, Rocket.
Listen, do you believe me when I tell you that we called you first and we didn't call Kevin?
I still don't believe you.
That's crazy.
The last time either.
That's crazy. We're talking about your beautiful New York Metropolitans right now. And they are 20-22 in the second half, despite hitting 325 with a 966 OPS with runners in scoring position in the second half. We just went through the starters. We just went through the rotation, like guys who have made at least 4 starts in the second half. And it's not pretty. Nolan McClain, he's got a 137, but then it's Holmes with a 438, Peterson with a 502, Manaea with a 583, and Senga with a 656. If the playoffs started today, Clem, does Nolan McClain, the kid with 4 big league starts who started the year at Double-A, who was a 3rd rounder in 2023, is he your game 1 starter? Do you trust anyone else with the ball in game 1 if the playoffs were to start today?
Let me tell you, Rocket, he's our game 1 starter if the playoffs start today. He's our game 2 starter if the playoffs start 2 days previous. And then he's our game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's starting every game. He's sprinkling some Tong, maybe. I got nothing, man. I got nothing. You read the stats. It's been a nightmare. I would have hung up this phone call a week earlier.
Yeah.
You know, this has been the most frustrating season of my life as a Mets fan, which is saying something, because when we're bad, you can live with just being bad.
Yeah.
But when you're good to great and then the worst team you've ever seen, it's like a complete your mind is in a warp the entire time.
Yeah, I don't know, because I looked it up just now. The Mets have the highest payroll out of just active roster. If we're just going by teams and their active roster payroll, the Mets are number 1. And it boggles the mind that if the playoffs were to start today, that your game 1 starter would be a 24-year-old with 4 big league starts. Like, that's the guy that, like, I would trust with the ball. Like, no one else. I think Peterson is averaging 5 1/3 innings per start. Mm-hmm. Holmes is 5 innings. Manaea is 4 2/3, and Senga is 4 1/3.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I'll be fair here. Like, Peterson could definitely be the guy. I'm not even saying game 1. I'm saying, like, the elimination game, if you had everyone fully rested, who's that guy? Because that's the real guy you got to have. And I got to get, like, Peterson, as much as he frustrated me, and let me tell you, Jared, 5 runs in the first inning, when you're like, all right, let's get a winning streak here, and then he gives you that performance against the Marlins, you're like, David, what are we doing?
Yeah.
He's here. He's in the mix. He's one hit, but it's going to be McClain somewhere.
Clem.
And to be fair, we're not just talking a guy with 4 starts. Rocket.
Yeah.
Rocket. You see those pitches. That's wiffle balls, Rocket.
No, he's nasty. He's nasty. He's nasty. Yeah. He's got 28 punch outs in 26 in the 3rd innings. He punched out 7 Tigers last night. So yeah, I trust him. I'm giving him the ball in game 1. It's almost like you're too young and dumb to be affected by the moment.
Well, that's Clem.
Exactly it.
And that's what I wanted to ask you, Clem, is as far as just what you've watched, how the season has unfolded from the starting rotation, because there's been moments where there's been a lot to like. There's been a lot to be excited about. And on the whole, David Peterson, on the whole, has thrown the ball very well. With all that being said, who do you, through the turbulence, Clem, please buckle your safety belt, the captain's speaking, who do you trust to land this plane? Who do you trust?
When you're in the turbulence, you just, someone get this thing to land right now.
Someone land
question. And like the thing about McClain too, as much as it's tough, Rocky, if he told me he literally punched out 7 living, breathing tigers, the actual jungle cat, I would believe you, because the guy has guts They call him, my guy Joe DeMeo called him Cowboy Otani because he was a two-way player for a while there. And it's a great name. He has like the little bit of that FU in him, which I love. Peterson showed us some of that moxie last year in the playoffs because, again, we're the Mets. We don't make the playoffs very often, so you have to go on what you saw. I saw Peterson actually show up. I believe he closed that game out against the Brewers, was it, right? When Pete hit the home run. So he showed up. So it's like him, McClain. Tong is the one that, like, I still have to see Jonah because, like, he had such a weird start because the Mets scored like 1,000 runs, so he was in the dugout for a long time, and his stuff might take a little longer to translate. I'll tell you who I don't trust. I don't trust Code, I think. I just don't trust him. I love the guy. I can't do it anymore with him. And, you know, he came back for the playoffs last year. He might have still been hurt. This year he may still be hurt. We can't just keep using the maybe hurt like excuse anymore. It's like, if you can't do it, get off the seat, let the next guy come in. Manaea is another guy, though. I mean, I don't know. It's just the vibe thing with Manaea. I love him. Like, he's the tribal chief, right? It's like he did it last year, too. He has to stop pitching like this year, Chris Sale. He has to start pitching like last year, Chris Sale. That's the problem right now.
Well, he's punching guys out and he's not walking anybody. But it's just like he's getting he's giving up the homers. He's giving up hits and he's giving up homers.
Maybe it's a math thing too. Like maybe it's like, yeah, we're just going to get 3 from Sean today, and we can put in another 3 from Clay Holmes to be the reliever that comes in. We're only going to get 3 from Clay. Hey, give it to me 4, 5, 6. And then we have the bullpen, which, let's be honest, after the deadline, we hoped it was going to be all right. You know, we're going to say bells into trumpets, right? Hell's bells into DS trumpets. Hell's bells is literally hell right now with Helsley. So we're kind of still scrambling for that 7-8. Like, we can't just have it smooth. I feel like when the playoffs, though, it's like, if you have the guys that could eat those 2 to 3 innings, you could just jumble. The Dodgers did that all the way to the World Series last year, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So Dallas, let me ask you, since we have Clem here, who's sitting down and obviously being able to watch pitch by pitch the Sean Manaea starts. Like Sean Manaea, like you would look at the numbers and be like, he's punching guys out better than anyone on the Mets staff. He's limiting the amount of walks better than anyone on the Mets staff. Is it just a matter of he's giving up homers? Like, is that it? Like, is it really just a homer problem with Manaea? Because I'm confused by the ERA and everything else.
Well, that's the point is, what are you doing in leverage situations with runners on base, runners in scoring position with 2 outs? Are you giving up the big hit? And to your point about the homers for Sean Manaea, it's something that has prevented him from getting deeper into ball games because it feels like that big homer or the homer that starts to tip the scale comes right at that moment, right? His last, I think, 4 outings, maybe. Clem, and you might know more than I do, but I think he hasn't gotten through 5 innings his last 3-4 outings or so. And I think that has had to do with giving up that big homer. Now, I think 2 of those outings, he did not surrender a homer, but the last one, he gave up 2 and didn't even get through the 4th inning. So I think that is absolutely a big part of it, because if you're the Mets, you don't want to watch these innings and these ball games get away from you. So you're not going to wait around and try to see if Sean Manaea can figure things out, or if anybody in the rotation, for that matter, can figure things out and get you through 5 or 6, because now you're chasing a W. And the problem is you don't have anybody on the mound that you have confidence in to hold water so your offense can punch back. That's kind of how I have seen these Manaea outings go.
Yeah, no, you got it. And with him, it really is like 3 innings, 1 hit, no earned, and then he just hits the speed bump, and it's every single start. Like, he hasn't been able to just get through that clean start where you come out after 5 or 6. And the thing is, it's the pitch count. He's hitting 90 pitches after 4, and they're like, we got to pull the plug on you here, Sean. And, the last few hits were, pretty loud outs, or they're, going over the wall, and then, the bullpen's coming in. We're talking like, usually right now, who's our 7th inning guy? We're like, all right, who's the 4th inning guy? Who's the 5th inning guy? You shouldn't be talking like that if you're a playoff team, right? But we are.
Clem, his ERA, and I absolutely hate that I'm doing this because I love Sean Manaea, love the human being. But you brought up the 4th inning. His ERA in the 4th inning is 7.27.
Oh, yep, that's it. That's now, Braden, I got to ask you, as like a pitcher, is there something, as a starter, is it like, all right, this is the obstacle, this is the beast I got to play. I got 1, 2, 3 down, but like, is it the second time through the order? Is it something with, maybe his injury and it's the fatigue is setting in sooner. I don't understand it. I would actually like for someone to explain it to a dumb idiot who's yelling at his couch, yelling at a professional athlete as I, get the Cheetos dust off of my chest. Like, come on, go out there, show some fire. I don't understand it. So, like, what can I do to help Sean Manaea? Or what can Jeremy Hefner and the Mets franchise, Uncle Stevie, what can he buy Sean Manaea to help him through this rough stretch?
I don't know that there's not a price tag on it, Clem. That's the problem. There's not a price tag on it. What you have to start to think about, and what I think the Mets will start to evaluate, is how quickly does that third time through happen? And it feels like for Sean Manaea, that third time through is happening just a little sooner. And that's the issue, is you're working through your lineup for the third time in the fourth inning. You never like to see a guy for the second time in a game in the second inning, right? That's no fun to be facing a lineup where you're seeing them for the second or third time through the first 3-4 innings. And I think that has been the issue. And that's where the head scratching comes into play, is because it's not like he's walking 4 or 5 a game, right? And it's not like he's giving up 15 hits an outing. But I think when you start to reduce it and you look at the workload total, it's just there's been enough traffic and enough timely hitting that he has fallen victim to just not being able to flip the lineup efficiently. And that's what I think these numbers bear out.
Well, and I think the other thing too, and this was absolutely true in his most recent outing, was that, the strikeout and walk stuff, it all looks good. There are some pitches that he's just leaving right in the middle of the plate. Mm-hmm. And like, that's a sample size thing. Like, that's if, Clem's looking for a fix or whatever, like, stop doing that. Right. And like, that sounds flippant, but like, that to me is a better thing to fix than like his velocity is down or he's not missing any bats at all. Like, Jones took him deep on the very first pitch of the game, and they showed the replay of that home run, and it was like basically begging someone to hit a home run off of it. And, you look at the like middle rates or meatball rates or whatever, and like all of that stuff is sky high. He's almost allowed as many homers off his four-seamer already this season as he did all of last season. He's been super reliant on that pitch in terms of the percentage that he's throwing it relative to last season. So, yeah, sorry. I mean, you guys got me interested in Manaea now. Now that we did.
Well, those are all great. And just to, I mean, at this point, unfortunately, it is piling on, I think. But I gave you the numbers on his fourth inning. Clem, you want to take a shot at what opponents are hitting against him third time through the order?
Oof.
What's Juan Soto hitting in the last week? That number.
1,000? Well, they're hitting 500 against him, Clem, third time.
Oh my God.
So yeah, opponents 500 average. That can be problematic, Clem. That can be problematic.
It's like the doctor's like, well, I think we found the problem here. Like it's there. And I would say maybe the offensive boys just got to go out and get him some runs early. But like, I think we've done that a couple times, and then they just go right back. And again, as a Mets fan, you're like, and either you just had Senga pitch or he's pitching the next day. You're like, oh my God, when are we going to get out of it? You're just like, I need the McLean start just to make me feel better and basically, extinguish this 5-alarm blaze. And you can't even feel. David Peterson used to be like the sunny day, right? There's not a cloud in the sky. And it's like, we've now weaponized blue skies because now it's like a drone can just attack us. David Peterson just goes out and you're like, David, what was that? Now, I was looking into his data too. He got hit a couple times hard by the Braves and the Marlins. So those teams have a little more like experience with him. And they just like, when the Mets need a win, those teams are just going to beat us. We've just accepted that at this point. I want to see how he does against like the Reds and the other teams that we are going to have to like face that aren't, division rivals that have some sort of black magic hold over the Mets.
Well, Peterson,
idiot fan talking right here. That's the kind of way I think.
Yeah, like Peterson has got his shit rocked by righties. He's done extremely well against lefties. Like when he starts to see those, 2-3-4 hitters that are all right-handed, like that's when you start to get in trouble with Peterson. But yeah, like a team, like I guess. The last question that I have for you, Clem, is when the Mets make the postseason, like what team would you love for them to draw in like any like wild card round or divisional series? Like who's the team where you're like, I know we can get past those guys?
honestly, I'd love to give you like the one thing that'll have my mentions just crawling with angry fans from that fan base. Not going to do it, Rocket. I'm not taking the bait. I'm going to tell you though. Because I talked to some Mets fans, and I'm saying if. I'm not saying when. I'm a Mets fan. I lived through 2007. There is no such thing as when as a Mets fan. It's always if. Mm-hmm. The one team I do not want to face, and I don't care how many guys get hurt. I don't care who's starting, whoever. The San Diego Padres, I want no part of, because I'm telling you right now, the clinching game when they play the Padres, if they play the Padres in the playoffs, Yu Darvish is going to throw 7 innings of one-hit ball, and it's no matter what. You can throw Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, all these guys. It's not going to matter. Yu Darvish and the Padres just have a hold on us right now. It's just one of the things that's like, as a wise man once said, tip my cap and call the Padres my daddy. They are, right? That's the Spanish thing.
Yeah, and that bullpen is scary. Like we went up against them a month or so ago, and I was just like, if you don't have a lead by the 5th inning, you're fucked. Like it's just guy after guy. Like Jason Adam just went down. That injury looked pretty bad. He got carted off the other night. But other than that, I mean, like they can just throw 5 different relievers at you that are just simply not getting touched. They're just not.
And when we faced them in the playoffs back in 22 or the wild card, whatever, it's like the Trent Grishams were killing us. It wasn't the Sotos and the, Tatises. It was like 7, 8, 9 was just murdering us nonstop. So it's just one of those teams. It's like, they have us like cooked from top to bottom. So It is what it is. The Phillies, I think, I'm not going to say I want the Phillies by any means, but like, I think the Mets have done pretty good against the Phillies. They're saying, they're accusing us of cheating, basically, it seems like, at Citi Field. They said through technology and manpower, they're beating us. Like, what does that mean? I think Cohen's 2 years away from getting his illegal cheating systems fully operational. I do think they'll be there, but it'll probably be after the work stoppage. Yeah. And then, like, the Cubs, I feel like we're on a collision course with the Cubs. PCA is going to play. He's going to come up bottom of the 9th. Series deciding game. And it's going to be him and LOL Mets because they traded him, or the Mets avoided the PCA, highlight. And, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. It's like, you're going to have to face them sometime. So it's like, give them to me at some point. I could care less, man.
You guys are so broken. Like, he's already stressed out about how his season's going to end, and they haven't even gotten to the playoffs yet. Like, Clem, you enjoy the ride, brother. You never know. You don't want to be like last year. Did you not enjoy the ride last year? Did you not enjoy that ride?
Rocket, that's like the most enjoyable ride I've ever had, and it still didn't get to the destination. Yeah. But it's almost like it was so great, and looking back, I'm like, that's unfair, because now every single season we're like, well, in 2024 they did this. Like, as a Giants fan, I hate to bring this up to you, it was always like, well, in 2007 they started off 0-2 and they beat an 18-0 Patriots in the Super Bowl, and every single year we say that rounding into December, we're 5-6, but we're in the hunt. You never know if you like it or not, and that's the kind of like. When we have Pablo Sanchez, Big Bird, we're just throwing every gimmick against the wall to see what sticks. You can get like another 7-game winning. It's crazy, but hey, it's only crazy if it doesn't work, right?
Yeah, somebody needs to go wake that big purple motherfucker up and get him going again here, Clem.
Yeah, that's honestly, it's why I love Mets fans so much, is because they will do anything. Like these are grown men with families that are like, we will embrace this shortstop song. Like, we will embrace this McDonald's character. Like, anything, we will embrace whatever it takes if it means the Mets win the World Series. And I'll tell you right now, not every fan base is willing to do that. They're just not. No.
My 7-year-old like, Dad, why is this girl throwing out the first pitch? Well, you see, son, she was on video and said she likes to spit on that thing. You want to know what that thing is? I'm not going to tell you right now. But you know what? When you're older as a Mets fan, you're going to have to learn, because we're going to believe in anything.
Right. Exactly. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
the Mets embracing Hawk too. Oh, yeah. Dallas was there.
I was there. Clem, I was there. She walks out and I just stop. I'm in mid-conversation. I go, what the fuck is this? What is happening right now? Because I was being inundated with grimace, and I was on board, and I was like, this is where I have to draw the fucking line. We've got blowjob sensation chick on the fucking field right now, throwing out a first pitch to motivate these fucking. You're not going to beat these guys. You're not going to beat them. They got grimace. They got Hawk Tua. You're not beating them.
Citi Field, when there's like playoff fever in the air, is like a fever dream. It's like you've got
It's an acid trip is what it is.
It really is. It's like Hawk Tua girls throwing out the first pitch. There is like a cult gathering worshiping of Grimace happening on the concourse. Like I don't know, man. It's like
you could watch the 7-line army form a half circle around Grimace, watching him get a BJ from Hawk Tua. Like that's the kind of fucking event that could unfold at Citi Field in the postseason.
Yeah. The shortstop, it has a music video concert performance after the game.
Well, that's the track play. That's the track playing on the adult film for Grimace and Hawk Tua.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
man. Maybe that's what you guys are missing, Clem. Maybe you guys are missing like some sort of seance, or like what's like the thing? What's the theme this year that's going to get the Mets going?
Honestly, you want me to say it, Rocket? I'll say it because you don't want to say it or whatever. I mean, we're going towards human sacrifice. There's some sort of sacrifice is going to have to be made at some point. And honestly, let's be honest. The other guy that I say was going to call, I think KFC is the guy to sacrifice. He's the Mets Jets fan. I'm a Giants fan. You can't kill me.
Right.
I have titles on my resume. He got nothing. And you know, when the day he dies, the Mets are winning that next World Series.
Guaranteed. like if Kevin dies in May, then Rob Manfred's going to be like, we're going to actually run a shortened season. The playoffs are going to start right now. The Mets have a first round bye.
I mean, last year he canceled like the first week of the season or the first month.
Yeah.
And then everything good happened after that. So like, it's not out of the stretch for the realm of possibility. Let's just say that.
Well, Clem, maybe that's the issue is the Mets went and fucked around and tried to just play baseball this year. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
You said it, man. We're just a bunch of idiots, but you know what? We're fun idiots. We're happy idiots when things are good, but we're entertaining at the very least. I guess that's the word. We're entertaining, and as long as we can get there, and like you said, Citi Field is an absolute zoo. It's the zoo every night now. It's right at the Cohen. Everyone's coming out and everyone's having a ball when they're not like the worst team in baseball. And if we can get there in October and just at least scare some teams, that's all I need right now.
We Gotta Believe is the name of the podcast. If you're a Mets fan, you already know about it. If not, then you're doing yourself a disservice by not checking it out. It's Clem, it's KFC, the Clem Report on Twitter. Clem, I know that I never just straight up book you and say, hey, we're talking Mets today, but I'm so thankful that every time I do just out of the sky call you, that you're good for 20 minutes every single time. So thank you so much for that.
I couldn't be happier. I'm like the last guy in the bullpen where it's like, hey, gonna need you to give us 4 today. Whatever you need, Skip. Keep me going until the arm or the larynx falls off.
Oh God! All right, we'll be in touch again whenever the Mets pop back up.
Yep, miss you guys. Love you, and hopefully talk to you soon.
Love you, pal.
See you, Clem.
See you, Clem.
Wow. Yeah, that was a meaty Mets discussion. We needed to sink our teeth into the Mets a little bit. It's been a while since we had a nice little Mets discussion. Like it's a very I don't know, is polarized. It's not polarizing. There's good things to talk about and there's bad things to talk about with the Mets.
Yeah.
You know, like they're going to the playoffs. There's a lot of
ground to cover. Yeah, there's a lot of
ground to cover. They're going to the playoffs. It's been a very weird year. You know, the pitching has let them down. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens with the Mets. We got to talk about Delete Me. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at any time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Yeah, I actually, what was I? There was a data breach. Oh, well, we shouldn't throw companies under the bus, but there's been data breaches where I think all of us, our information and our data has been impacted by it. Data brokers make a profit off of your data. Your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details. This can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, and harassment, but now you can protect your privacy with Delete Me. What do data brokers do? Your name, contact info, social security number, home address, even information about your family members could all be compiled by data brokers and sold online. The New York Times Wirecutter has named Delete Me their top pick for data removal services. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me. Now at a special discount for our listeners of BID, today you can get 20% off your Delete Me plan by texting BID to 64000. The only way to get 20% off is to text BID to 64000. That is BID to 64000. Message and data rates may apply. What else was there today? There was a lot of drama today. Oh, Dallas.
Dallas here.
Because of your schedule, we did not get to talk to you about your broadcasting moment.
What are you talking about? I go for one of them too. Little It's It.
What's that? It's It.
What's an It's It?
Yeah.
For the folks at home, I on behalf of Chris Carey, I will apologize. Oh, you are a handful, Chris, let me tell you.
Fly ball center.
That'll end the inning. A's down by a few. Gonna try to grab a couple back. What's so funny?
It's just like, if that happened to a different broadcast booth, I think my first thought would have been like, I wonder how Dallas would have played this.
I was initially frightened because I was like, and I'll be honest, I was like, don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Like you could really fuck this up. Don't do that. Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't embarrass the company. Don't embarrass the team. Keep it clean. Like, there are so many, like, if you could see, there was an actual fucking cage match between the angel and the devil on my shoulder in that moment. An actual cage match. And I am just like fucking two hands, elbow, leaning on the cough button. I can't even look at, because I'm calling the game with an actual fucking child, first of all, in Chris Carey. And he is like, he's just fucking looking around and he's looking at me. I'm trying not to look at him because I'm like, buddy, you got to talk. I right now can't even breathe. And so I'm just praying to God that the inning is going to come to an end soon so we can just get the fuck out of here. Because you don't know what to say, because it's obvious, right? It's obvious. We know what everybody just saw. It's very obvious. And yeah, I just in the moment was like, oh, buddy, like it was kind of like the
Remy thing.
Well, we had a moment, yes, very much like the Remy thing. Very much like the Remy thing. That boom, just the hand on the boob. But like in Oakland a few years ago, when the chick was what I'll call paying for her seat, maybe whatever she was. I thought she was just looking for sunflower seeds. Apparently, it turned out to be a little more than that.
Yeah,
but that happened. So I've had this pop up a time or two. But I didn't want to embarrass myself and the team and my company, and I didn't want to fuck it up either, because I felt like it's a good opportunity to bring a little levity to the moment.
Sure. How do you feel you did? How'd you grade your performance under pressure?
I didn't bust. I feel like I did. I feel like I did well. I feel like I was able to contain myself. Provided great support for my friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I did everything that I could have done in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a big year for the A's broadcast booth. As I feel like you guys, like, I don't know what it is. Like the A's broadcast booth is like that neighbor that always has the cops outside. Like, you're just like, oh, the cops are over at the A's booth again. Like Like if every broadcast booth was a house in the neighborhood, the A's broadcast booth always seems to. There's always something going on over there.
We're the ones disturbing the fucking the peace ordinance.
Always, it's
Music
always
too loud.
you guys. It's always you guys.
It's Tuesday, 3 a.m. Why? Yeah. Well, hey, you know
Yeah,
what?
sorry, we got a noise complaint again.
We're just trying to we're trying to put together a good strong run to finish, Jared. It's all we're doing here in the booth, on the field. Just trying to put a good finish together.
That is such a great comparison. just the unruly neighbor. It's always you guys. Like I see the cops going down the street. I'm like, oh, they're going over to 209 Sacramento Street, huh? It's that way. Blue House. Yep. You'll find the bald bearded guy on the front lawn in his bathrobe, probably. He's out there. He always is.
Nothing wrong with having a little fun. Nothing wrong with it at all. As you can see. Yeah. I mean, I felt like the bigger crime was not knowing what an it was. But
I don't know what that is either.
What? You don't know what an it is? Jay, do you know what an it is?
No.
Are you fucking serious?
This feels like an up dog thing, Jayhay. Yeah.
It is not. No. It's a ice cream sandwich.
I said it in my head ahead of time. I was like, "Oh, what's it?
Yeah.
Before I responded.
Yeah.
No, it is, and I will stand by this. It's the greatest ice cream sandwich you haven't had, and it's the greatest ice cream sandwich you could ever have that you will eventually have. Yeah, it's 2 fucking massive oatmeal cookies with vanilla ice cream sandwiched right in the middle, chocolate on top. I mean, it's a dream.
Yeah, I would
Jay,
never eat this.
You get your mind right, buddy, and someone offers you an it. Oh, good
Put
luck.
it down.
Yeah, oh, buddy, you turning that thing sideways and you're licking in between those oatmeal cheeks. Tell you that. You
Jeez.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know, I guess. I don't know.
But they're phenomenal. They're good.
New information to me.
Let's get some oatmeal cheeks for the stream. The wild card
Dude,
stream.
they're so good. They are so good. It's like I
bring them west, fly west with them, or fly east.
Yeah, I will. They're from I think they originated in Burlingame, I believe, with Bay Area, California. Yeah, like do you guys know what I hate to get crazy. Do you know what a Choco Taco is by any chance?
I've heard of them.
Okay. You know, there's some kids who grew up with an ice cream truck in their neighborhood, and it shows. Some kids didn't. Shout out.
I did. I had a 2-ball screw. I was a 2-ball screwball guy.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Choco Taco. You got to go Choco Taco, Bomb Pop. Yeah. Or the Ice Tickle. Those are the fucking.
Yeah. 2-ball screwball was my go-to. And then
I think you did Ice Tickle. I think you're just saying things.
You never had an Ice Tickle? Huh?
I'm going to be honest. I want one. I want an Ice Tickle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like 3 feet of Otter Pop, basically. Yeah. Good Ice Tickle. But shout out It's It. Phenomenal dessert.
Yeah, shout them out. A fan at PNC Park said that they flew 23 hours to watch the Pirates on their sign-in English/Japanese on the Jumbotron. The fan then flipped the sign, which said, "Bob, sell the team," in both English and Japanese, to which the Jumbotron focused on another fan.
It's dedication. 20.
Respect the hell out of it.
That's so much hate.
Where are they? So I mean, call me crazy here, but so from Japan? They flew from Japan?
Yes. Also, if you live in Japan, you could be any MLB, like you could be a fan of any MLB team. How did you end up a Pirates fan?
How did you land on the Pirates? Like origin stories like that, I am always genuinely interested in.
You could be a
Genuinely.
fan of any team. You could not even watch Major League Baseball. You could be like Jayhay and kind of just be like, I just watch all the teams and I just enjoy the players. But you identify as a Pirates fan. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. What if this guy's like, I actually trace my lineage back to Blackbeard, so I'm actually an original Pirate, and that's why I'm a fan of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Never know. Never know.
Well, Pirates fans are still mad at me, and you know what, Dallas? I don't give a fuck. I don't fuck them. You know?
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
I mean it.
Whoa.
I mean it.
Why do you mean it? Are you sure you want to say that right now? You sure you want to mean it? You don't have to mean it. You could be just a little frustrated with them. Do you want to mean that?
They've been very mean. Like there's a difference between disagreeing with something that I said, even though I'm right, and then just being assholes. They're being assholes, so fuck them.
You sure you didn't deserve it?
No, I was right. I said that Andrew Heaney got released because he had the bonuses coming up. That's just true. If he had just signed a $6 million deal and he didn't have any bonuses in his deal and it was just, we give you 6, we owe you 6, and that's
he's
it,
starting today.
He would still be on the Pirates.
And people are wearing you out for that?
Still. Because the Pirates just played the Red Sox. So like they took 2 out of 3 and they were like leaning out, fuck you, you don't fucking know shit about baseball, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're mad at me because I said something that was true. Crazy.
Well, it sounds like you're just a little bitter of how the series went too. And I mean,
I didn't care. We just had a 7-1 road trip, so I was like, I'm willing to give them a game.
Well,
just
because
because
like
the Friday
you
loss
lose to the Bucks, you lose Roman Anthony. Like there's a little.
The Friday loss, they should have won, and Peyton Tolley looked awesome. So I didn't even really care that they lost that game.
He did look
and then
good.
They just took the series from the Guardians.
I'm excited.
I am worried about Roman Anthony though. That does seem like it's going to be bad news.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to play web MDB here, but the oblique with roughly 3 weeks left worth of a season here.
Like I think I don't know if we see him again for the rest of the season.
I told you before we started this, I said, that sucks to see Roman's done. And that is my thought, is hearing him describe the injury, hearing him talk about how this is something he's never felt, understanding how long these things can take to heal, especially if you want to make sure that the player is in a position to not have to take a step back after getting the green light to move forward, because they are such such finicky injuries. That sucks a whole lot, because he was very exciting and he was.
Let's not talk about him in the past tense.
Part of why I think
we don't have any news yet.
A lot of injection of life he brought to the table there for that club. So it's going to be tough to see that not present every day.
He's going to be all torn up by the last week of September.
Oh my God! as soon as the Toradol hits, you even just say that word to me, and I start to get a little warm and fuzzy.
Jared, have you ever had Toradol?
Oh,
I don't think I
no,
have. I don't think
you have.
No, I don't. I have not.
No.
Oh. I promise you, you could have your arm stuffed into a wood chipper and 5 minutes later jump on that T train and you're gonna be like, you know what?
Do you need a prescription for Toradol, or is it over the counter?
No, it's a prescription. Yeah. But my God. Like it makes me feel like I could
all pain receptors.
Gone. It's incredible.
He's probably going to be on that.
Well,
late September.
I would, especially with that injury in that location, I would hate to see more severe damage done, because now you start thinking about, like, again, and we don't know the extent of the injury, I guess. I would hate to have him in a situation where he makes a big swing or a big movement, where now you start talking about removing tissue from the bone. You know, like anytime you start to think about the core and you factor in bone, that's not good. So I would be very cautious about that. So hopefully it's something that's just kind of nagging. And by him saying, I've never felt anything like this before, it's because, I've never felt anything like this before. I've never fucking torn my oblique. I've never had an oblique tweak, so I don't know what this is like. And then in a week, he wakes up and he's like, fuck, that was weird. Let's roll.
I'm worried.
Yeah. It would be too. I love the image I'm getting right now with your microphone and those Macho Man glasses.
Jayhay, are you worried as a big Roman Anthony guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty worried.
You are?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to be worried, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see this? On the piggybacking off of our discussion today. The Mets will know by Friday whether Kodai Senga is willing to accept a minor league assignment.
Damn, son. Damn. That escalated.
I mean, I don't think he was ever qualifying for the ERA leaderboard, but if you dropped the threshold, there was like a large chunk of the season where Kodai Senga was the league leader in ERA.
Was good.
Like through the All-Star break, I know you guys ran through the numbers, but just to reiterate, through the All-Star break, it was a 1.39 ERA. And now it's September 3rd, and Jared's breaking news that we're talking about a possible minor league assignment.
Well, like, and if you just look at the overall numbers, like in what universe does a team look at a pitcher with a 3 and go, we got to get him out of here. This guy's not helping. This guy's not contributing. Like, and that's the tale of two different seasons, completely different halves for Senga.
Not good. I think that'll be that's a bad look if he doesn't accept the minor league assignment.
Bad look because
I guess
because he's not willing to help. Well, that's where I would say, like, if I'm Senga, I say, who else you bringing up here? And then if they have an answer, the rebuttal is, well, aren't you paying me a lot of money to like work through some of this stuff, and you want me to go down? Like, if you're sitting me down now, you're telling me, what are you telling me? Are you telling me that we just run too much of a risk, me going out there every 5 days during this stretch here, that me being present could potentially hurt our chances of getting to the postseason? Because if you're sitting me down now, what happens when we get to October and everything's good to go? What happens? Am I not on the roster? Because if you're Senga, you could very well run into him going, well, you know what? Sure, I'll take the assignment, but I'm shutting it down there and I'm done. I mean, that would be a drastic step to take, but that could get a little muddier than I think Nets fans might want.
Not good. Jayhay, what's your read on that?
My read is just mostly related to how swift it has all happened. And, you know, the one thing that stands out about Senga specifically is just, you know, not only has it been, you know, an ERA north of 6, it's also been a FIP north of 6. So it's not like there's underlying numbers. All the other underlying options that you could throw out there are also shitty. So it's not like there's an argument there, or optimism or a silver lining. And probably just as significant as the lack of quality is that he's not giving them any bulk whatsoever. Like, he's thrown, I think, 35 innings over these 8 starts in the second half. And that's with the 6 ERA that I'm talking about. So I don't think there's a single example of him going 6 innings in those 8 starts. And most of them are 3 and 4 inning outings. So not only are you putting yourself at a run scoring deficit in these starts with Senga, but you're also immediately taxing your bullpen pretty much guaranteed. I mean, 8 straight starts with the amount of bulk and number of pitches that he's providing is just kind of, as you guys said, it's a tale of two halves. It is what it is. And like, you're just putting him out there knowing that it's going to set the rest of your team back.
Yeah, Jayhay, in his last 9 starts, his last start prior to the
right, because
All-Star
that one was
break.
only 4 scoreless, right?
There you go. So in all of those starts, in those 9, he has completed 5 innings just 3 times. Just 3 times he's completed 5 innings. He's pitched into the 6th once. But it was that start we talked about, 4 innings, 3 innings, then the 5 inning start, but then 4 innings, 4 1/3. And his 2 best starts in terms of longevity, 5 2/3 and 5. And then 2 starts ago, 4 innings. His previous start, 4 2/3. This is what we talked about with when we were having the Mania conversation is where does the depth come from? And what you don't want to do, I promise you, the last thing you want to be doing right now as a starting rotation is putting so much pressure on your bullpen heading down the stretch. If you can't complete innings and you can't get deep into the ball game and you're relying on what would be assumed to be high leverage guys down the stretch and you're starting to grind them a little going into the October run, like that's a dangerous game to play because you want to be able to hand those guys the ball in situations really where you only want to see them, meaning if you're a minus side guy here, you're going to get the ball when we're losing. We're not going to try to keep the game where it's at right now. We don't want to overexpose our guys. We have ball games to win later. So it's a tough deal if you cannot get your rotation to get you through 5 consistently. That's just entirely too many outs for a bullpen to have to cover down the stretch.
I just got a text about Roman.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's looking like 4-6.
Yep. So, I mean, even best case scenario,
playoffs.
Best case scenario, CS.
No.
Come on.
4 weeks from
3
now
weeks.
is not the CS.
Jared, you got 3. It's 4-6. He's got to go play baseball somewhere. He's got to go get this work in somewhere. And it's 4-6. And that's why I said with this injury, I am not doing this to like rain on anybody's parade or anything, because I want the excitement of a young player like him on the postseason stage. I want that. I want to see that. I want to see that for him. I want to see that for the game. So I was, and I say, just as disappointed as Red Sox fans. I know that's not true. They care a lot more. But I know how crazy these injuries can be. And it's not something like I saw it with Andujar. Like he had I think a prognosis that had him back a little earlier than what it ended up taking. And that's just because you got to make sure. You got to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad. Not good.
You'll be all right.
No, he won't.
Cheer up.
Team was ass before he got here. Season turned around when he got here. So without him, I'm not super pumped about that.
Man, hate to see your hopes and dreams rest on one man's shoulders.
Well, that's how a lot of teams are. Any award-winning Nuggs, Jayhay?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the mood really came crashing down right there.
Really soured. Really soured.
I understand why. I'm not obtuse, but I'll try and pick them back up, I guess. We will skip right by the Garrett Crochet Nuggs.
Oh, wow.
We are going to go right by George Springer, 5th multi-home run game this. I mean, they went on to win the game. Come on, it's not Saturday for
a huge
me.
deal. They lost to Cy Young. Not a big deal.
5th multi-home run game this season for George Springer. In a year, many people thought he was toast. It's the most multi-home run games he's had in any single season of his career. He'd previously had 4 in 17, 19, and 2021. So his incredible renaissance season continues. Pretty cool there. The Juan Soto. So Clem sort of bounced around it, and we have hinted his unbelievable heater continued last night. He is the only instances of players with at least 5 homers, 4 stolen bases, and 12 RBI over a 5-game stretch within a single season are Willie Mays in 1958, Eric Davis in 1987, Shohei last season, and Juan Soto just last night. Slade Ciccone, obviously was the other side of the Garrett Crochet start last night. He's the 10th pitcher in MLB history to have a start featuring at least 11 hits, 7 runs, but with 0 walks and at least 8 strikeouts. The list is fantastic. It's Eddie Plank, Joe McGinnity, and Walter Johnson, Hal Newhouser, Doc Gooden, 2 starts by Kurt Schilling, Jordan Zimmerman, Luis Severino, and Max Scherzer. Obviously a super random, useless nugget, but more on Juan Soto. NL outfielders age 26 or younger with 37 or more homers and 27 or more stolen bases in a single season. Soto this year, Acuna in both 19 and 23, Matt Kemp in 11, Darryl Strawberry in 87 and 88, and once again, Eric Davis in 1987. Rafael Devers is on his own heater. Over the last 7 games, the last 2 Giants players with 5 or more homers, 5 or more walks, 11 or more runs, and 12 or more RBI over any 7-game span within a single season. That's Barry Bonds, September 5th to 12th of 2000, and Rafael Devers, August 27th through last night of this season. Also, shout out to the Giants broadcast last night for putting the Nugget Chefs work on the TV screen. And I admire their boldness because, as they said in the audio, they didn't know who I was. So they just went with, they just went that it was fact. Does feel like I met Will Fleming for the first time a couple of weeks ago at Fenway. I guess I have to reintroduce myself to Dave Fleming, former coworkers at ESPN. No big deal. 40 plus homers in his age 21 season or younger. MLB history. Junior Caminero joined that list. That list is 4 deep. It's now Caminero, Ronald Acuna Jr. in 19, and Hall of Famers Eddie Matthews in 1953 and Mel Ott in 1929. Bobby Witt Jr., he got to the 5 triple mark last night. He is the second player in MLB history to produce multiple career 40 double, 5 triple, 20 homer, 30 stolen base season. Jimmy Rollins is the only other one to do so. He did so in 2006 and 2009, which makes Bobby Witt Jr. the first to do so in consecutive seasons. That's kind of cool. Couple more random nugs. Shout out to a recent interviewee, Jackson Holiday, who made a little bit of history last night. First player since Elvis Andrus in 2010 to be caught stealing 10 or more times in his age 21 season or younger. So not sure what that means, but got to the nice round number of 10. Ketel Marte, he had his 25th homer of the season. 4th player in Diamondbacks franchise history to produce 3 consecutive 25 homer seasons, joining Luis Gonzalez, who did so 5 straight times from 99 to 03, Christian Walker, 3 straight from 22 through last season, and Mark Reynolds, 3 straight from 2008 until 2010. And those are the nugs.
Thank you, Jayhay.
Oh, I have one more. Sorry.
Okay.
Mets fans will be pissed if I didn't have a Nolan McLean nug. You want to know what's kind of cool?
What?
What's his first name?
Nolan.
His 28 strikeouts through his first 4 starts ranks 2nd in Mets franchise history behind only
Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan with 29.
Uh,
It's funny how life works, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Tasty.
I think Thursday is going to be the night that we try to roll out our baseball red zone type show. We still don't know what we're calling it, but it's going to be me, Jayhay, and Coley Mick. And talked to Dallas yesterday about the possibility of him firing up the playback app so that he can pop in during commercial breaks of the A's game. If something big happens and we're sitting there
Love
watching
that.
A's games and he pops in for 90 seconds to break down what we just saw on the field from a firsthand perspective. So Dallas will be in the mix. God knows what might happen on his broadcast that we'll have to discuss. You just never know. That's why you have to tune in and find out. So Thursday night is the night that we're circling to be able to do that. It's not going to be on the same night every week because it's dependent on my Nesson schedule. I want to say I should be able to do Tuesday nights for the rest of the season after this week. I think I only have 2 Nesson dates left. One is a Friday and the other one might be a Wednesday. So I think we're clear to go. Tuesdays, I say Tuesday because it's always a full slate for MLB. So I think we might be good to go on Tuesdays from here on out after this week. What was my other final thought? I can't remember now. But yeah, anyways. Dallas, final thought?
I don't know where I have St. Louis on overall food. Like where they're it's got to be a down Jayhay. I was going to say it hasn't been a great showing so far.
No.
It has not been a great showing as far like for food.
Off the cuff, it might be last. Let's just call it what it is.
It has been bleak. So St. Louis, if you're out there, do better. Do a little better. Look, no one will defend you like I will defend you when it comes to barbecue. I appreciate your place in the pantheon of barbecue. Okay, are you at the top? No, you're not at the top. Don't hate me for it. I'm sorry. But as far as overall food selections, St. Louis has been a struggle for your boy. Struggle.
They also just like they'll seat you at an establishment and then forget that you exist. That's kind of like that's the St. Louis that I know. But I don't know. Maybe you'll have better luck next time. I guess you go somewhere in St. Louis.
Place we got seated yesterday. They were like, "Hey, we close in like an hour and a half," and I was like, "Okay, feel like it's
enough time to get
like
it done."
Plenty of time. Like I'm not looking to set up shop here, But it was very apparent that it was like, bro, like we're not trying to fucking serve anybody. Like, can you just not eat here? Is there somewhere else you want to go? I was like, oh, man, all right. Yeah. So we did. We went in, sat in, and then proceeded to sit there for the full hour and a half just to.
You ever wonder
because they didn't know they were dealing with a dick right away.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough time to peel back your layers and get to know the real man. Yeah. Because of your approach.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. You ever think someone spit in your food before? The number can't be 0. Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've been around a long time, a lot of meals. I can't imagine the number 0.
I put a piece of notebook paper in somebody's milkshake when I worked at a dairy once.
What an
I don't
asshole.
know what I was really looking to accomplish with that. I think we were all a little frazzled that the opportunity presented itself, but
yeah.
We
what
also
do you mean opportunity presented itself?
That's not so it was a guy that we had a little bit of a beef with the night before at a party that had involved multiple high schools, multiple towns. And, we were dragging the next day doing our ice cream shift, and lo and behold, look who comes through the drive-through. And, went with a piece of notebook paper, and then, for reasons that are probably pretty obvious, he takes his milkshake and then immediately goes back into the drive-through and says, why is there a piece of notebook paper in my milkshake? And I was like, oh, geez, really? Wow. Geez, really?
How'd that get
wow.
in there?
Geez. And
God.
so, yeah, we replaced his milkshake, of course, and he went on his way. But I don't think we were fooling anybody with the move. It turns out.
It's like the paper says "eat shit and die" on it. Is this meant for you? No.
Yeah, eat shit and die, Brian. My name's Brian. It's
total accident.
Anyway, statute of limitations is way past on that one, so felt comfortable sharing.
It's weird. He died from ink poisoning, it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this on Google.
Remind me to never let Jayhay bring me a drink from the bar under any fucking circumstances whatsoever.
Hey, you know that if I did do something to it, you're going to see what it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be super obvious.
Here's a 3-ring binder in my taco. What the fuck?
All right, I'm going to go cry about Roman Anthony.
You'll be all right. Cheer up.
I will not be okay.
You're fine.
That's not something that...
You're fine. 4-6. You'll be fine.
No, that's bad.
Well, I think a lot of us on this podcast had the Red Sox in the World Series at least, right? So,
yeah, because of Roman Anthony.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Need a miracle. Lord Jesus, we need a miracle.
Lord willing.
Lord willing, there will be a miracle for Roman Anthony.
Hey, cheer up. You're Lord willing, Roman, and the doctors have talked about it, and Lord willing, God be the blessed, there's going to be a light at the end of this tunnel, Lord willing, and Roman Anthony will see that light, provided the Lord is willing. So you're going to be, I think I haven't talked to him in a while, but I got to believe the Lord more than willing. So
Lord loves the Sox.
Yeah.
You know, Lord, big Sox guy. So hoping for that to come to fruition here.